O Jeff é louco. Completamente insano.
Look how cute it is. No, little bread.
É uma pessoa desmedida. Uma pessoa que precisa de ajuda.
What's that?
Putz grila, Jeff!
Esse homem tem que ser parado. Por favor.
So, last year we made some iconic Brazilian foods in gigantic forms such as coxinha, pastéis, and bolo de cenoura. This year, we want to get started with Pão de Queijo, not Pão de Queijo. That's something completely different and dirty. This is not a dirty channel. This is a family-friendly channel. Family-friendly channel. Pão de Queijo is a Brazilian cheese bread and is absolutely one of my favorite foods of all time. And this is a bit of a challenge, but this is also kind of like my last challenge unless somebody gives me a better idea. So if you have any ideas of what kind of food challenge you want me to do next, please leave it in the comments below. My editor's gonna put some nice arrows just to scare the shit out of you guys. Oh, sorry, family-friendly channel. Not kids channel. Kids channel get demonetized. Family-friendly channel, totally okay. It could be the exact same content, just say family. Now, doing research for this recipe was a little bit difficult. Not because there's a lack of Pão de Queijo recipes, but because when you look on YouTube for gigantic Pão de Queijo videos, most of them use a cake mold with a hole in the center for like just standard everyday cakes that you will be making at home. That will look a little bit more like a cake shape, which I don't really want. I still want to maintain the integrity and the difficulty of cooking the middle. I think that's a part of the challenge we need to abide by. And in reality, it's a lot more difficult to do this. However, I found one video where a gentleman was able to make it, and it was like shape of a small football, and that was quite large if you think about how big a Pão de Queijo normally is. Today we're gonna break this record, hopefully many times more. Usually these are Pão de Queijo, small, bite-sized delicious goodness that very few people can resist. There's a finesse and even sacredness to this bread. One should not try to temper with this iconic Brazilian dish.
Ooh, that's a lot of steam in there. I just almost got burned by it.
If you want to make this at home, it's actually much easier than people think. There are more difficult recipes out there that involves more refined techniques, but I recommend the following to anyone who wants to learn the concept of making a Pão de Queijo. Now, one of the key ingredients is tapioca flour. You also want a little bit of pastry flour just to kind of make sure the mix is combinable. You want some milk, water, oil, shredded mozzarella cheese, grated Parmesan cheese, 1 large egg, some salt, and a little bit of baking powder. Now, to start things off, you want to obviously preheat your oven while you're preparing the ingredients. With any form of food that involves a kind of dough, you want to add the dry ingredients to the bowl. That includes cheeses and powders, and make a little well in the middle. This well is to help you control the liquids. Now, once you have everything measured, mix the oil, eggs, water, and milk into the little well. Mix everything together after that. I mean, every single thing together into a uniform, homogeneous color. Now, you're gonna have a little bit of lumps depending on how you grate the cheese, but this is okay. Just as long as you mix everything and make sure all the dry ingredients are combined with wet ingredients. Now, the dirtiest and stickiest part is gonna be shaping these into tiny little balls. As you can see, my hands are sticking a lot, but this is okay. This is part of the fun. You could oil your hands a little bit, or you can add a little extra flour to the mixture to make it a little bit more easier to handle, but then that takes away from the stickiness of the bread. After you roll them into little balls, place them on baking sheets with parchment paper and put them into the preheated oven. Bake for 15 to 20 minutes. Once they're golden and puffed, you're ready to take them out. Make sure you rest them a little bit. Don't eat them right out of the oven. Give it like a minute or two, and then proceed to enjoy the goodness. There is a finesse and sacredness to this bread. Again, we should not temper with this iconic Brazilian dish. Now, to make this bread gigantic, we have to make the dough slightly closer to the bread and cook it slower. What I mean by slightly closer to bread is a texture that's not as sticky on the inside. With the size of oven I have at home, it's extremely difficult to maintain the internal texture of Pão de Queijo without burning the outside. Now, I replicated my easy recipe with a touch more flour than minhoca or tapioca starch. I also had a very large pan that's almost 35 centimeters in circumference. After making about 4 kilograms of dried ingredients along with the corresponding wet ingredients, the total weight of this monstrosity in the pan was about 8.9 kilograms. Now, the pan is about 1 kilogram in weight. That means we're dealing with close to 8 kilograms of Pão de Queijo.
So, in a couple more minutes, Febatista will arrive first, then Leo and Nilce, and then we'll get their reaction. I don't know if they'll just like stop being friends with me because I've done this, or they'll be really happy. For sure, I am now gonna be banned from this and ever entering the state of Minas Gerais where Pão de Queijo was originally oriented. I mean, I guess I'll finish this because I mean.
Fala galera! Tudo bem? Aqui quem fala é o Edu. E hoje nós estamos aqui na casa do Jeff, porque iremos roubar todos os equipamentos dele e eletrônicos, mas ele não sabe.
Yeah, sure, sábado, yeah, exactly.
Viu? Ele nem entendeu o que eu falei.
Valeu. There is something on the table. Leo and Nilce is not here yet, so you get to have a look at it first. I'm not gonna say anything.
You just want to see my reaction.
Sure, let's go with the reaction. Febatista, I want you to walk actually backwards is good. Towards me. Towards me.
I'm scared.
No reaction.
Can I turn?
2, 1, turn around.
What's that?
Pão de queijo.
A giant pão de queijo?
Try and lift it. Try and lift it.
You can't.
Try.
It's impossible.
The container itself is like a kilo. So when I measured it was 8.9 kilos.
Of pão de queijo.
Yeah, if you take away the 1 or the 0.9, it's just 8 kilograms of pão de queijo. Now you can press. This is like it's still kind of squishy inside, so it's be bread, you know.
I really want to try it.
You want to try it?
Yeah.
The king.
Hello.
We've been traveling
How are you?
2 hours,
2
to
hours?
get to your house. Yeah.
All right, come on this side.
Yeah.
Come on this side.
Okay.
I need your facial reaction.
I think my reaction might be a little disappointing because I've been traveling for 2 hours to get here.
Okay.
2 hours in the cold.
I mean, that's how I appreciate you guys. You
All
know?
the apps were wrong.
Okay.
Google Maps didn't work. The bus was not coming.
This is the face of a winner.
What the?
Putz grila, Jeff.
So here's a normal, slightly large pão de queijo. Here, Leo,
Yes.
hold it to size. Hold it to size.
No, this is a mini pão de queijo.
This is okay, pão de queijo.
Ok, pão de queijo.
This is
This is...
something else.
Não, isso é uma insanidade.
E pior que ele faz as bobagens e a gente que nem comer, ele chama a gente pra provar. O problema do Jeff é que ele faz e chama a gente pra comer.
Oh, meu Deus, é pesado
A
demais.
gente... Pera aí. Gente!
Tem mais de 1 quilo, muito mais de 1
Muito
quilo.
mais.
5 quilos? 5?
How big is it? 10?
10?
Almost 10 with this thing. So take
Thank
this thing
you.
off, it'd be like 8.
Why?
So we have to take it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to take it out. Let's get this.
Hold on.
Pão de queijo.
Gente, por
Definitivamente não é um pão de queijo isso.
Não, eu vou comer e vou descobrir.
Não é. Com certeza não é.
É um pão de insanidade. Sem o treco ali agora. Será que dá pra levantar?
Vai
Não, não
quebrar,
dá não.
vai.
Não, isso aqui não pesa não. O peso tá todo ali.
Ok. Hora da verdade.
It's so dense.
Yes.
Oh my... Jeff!
Com essa massa, você tinha que ter feito um negócio desse tamanho, tinha que estar desse jeito.
Yeah, it was
assim, ó.
with this weight, it should be like this big.
Probably, but we only have that much in the bowl. Here, take a sec.
Jeff,
You hate pão de queijo?
no, I hate you.
First time?
Not bad.
No, considering the size.
Do you know what it tastes like?
Like
you
trash.
don't know that because you don't. No. You don't know that because you don't have this experience. Do you know the pão de queijo they serve at schools in Brazil? Do you know the school? You know the one they serve at school? That's like dry and dense. Yeah. Parece o pão de queijo que você compra na cantina da sua escola.
Não,
esse
na minha
daqui, ó.
cantina era melhor que essa aqui.
Não.
Tá muito ruim.
Mas é ótimo.
Did you say ótimo? See?
O Leão morou em Minas.
Yeah, go ahead and eat us. If you say it's good, it must be amazing.
Tá satisfatório.
Não tá não. A casquinha vai. A casquinha passa.
The crust is okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's something, right, guys?
Só de olhar você pode. Só de olhar você conclui. É um chiclete.
Yeah, it's concrete. It's pretty much concrete.
Salty
gostou?
bubblegum.
Salty bubblegum.
Not bad. It's not bad.
It's not that bad.
Depending on how hungry you are.
É, você tá com muita fome agora,
Yeah,
né?
you guys travel 2 hours and you get pão de queijo. I should have fed you guys the pastel first, and then you guys will give me the real thing.
The
I
cornbread.
thought that. Try one.
Não, pera
No. Peraí,
So good. So good. Didn't eat. Oh, give him the concrete. Give him the concrete.
No,
Give him the concrete. Give him concrete.
I choose the crust because I knew.
The crust is delicious actually. It's quite nice.
Nossa, gente.
Yeah, I just have to like fry it to make it better.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
We have a fryer
because
going, so.
coisa de
See?
polvilho.
But it's not bad.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Well,
It's
Leo
not that
said.
bad.
Tá horrível. Vocês sabem que eu falo, eu gosto de tudo. Não, tá muito ruim. Vai dar dor de barriga em todo mundo.
3 dias depois.
Is this what you wanted?
I ate a lot of it. Still gotta eat it. Can't waste food. Can't waste food. Hot way home.